Here for the Muslim community. I am here with Samuel that he have several things to share with us.
Thank you. My second point was religious regulation, right? My first point was again, I'm trying to, Muslim and Christian, Christian and Muslim unity. Okay.
And radicalism.
Yeah, and radicalism, exactly. Okay, look, in the world today, I would encourage you to reflect on what unites people, right? Because, identity politics has a way of dividing people. You get upset, right? You're mad because, somebody said something that, isn't exactly the way you feel about it, right? Again, it's like you have all the right to say and feel how you feel, but at the end of the day, we're still, we still got to move forward. And again, if we're just doing stuff like arguing without any real record of the situation, it's gonna turn into a whole rumor thing, and it's like it doesn't help.
And religious correctness. Religious correctness. People want to be correct on doctrine and things like that separate us.
Right, and that's why, again, I'm saying, let's focus on Christian and Muslim unity. Everybody wants to say that there's a Christian nation, right? Nowadays, a lot more times, and, quote-unquote intellectuals are saying, is it really a Christian nation? All this stuff. Let's forget about that for the time being, right? Let's focus on the communities, about the Christian and Muslim unity, right?
Exactly.
Because again, it's like Jesus is a prophet of Islam. We all know that. We should know that by now. He's coming back with in the end of days, according to mainstream Muslim beliefs. There's a lot more that needs to be understood about that. And I want to go into the Ahmadiyya at some point because they're not Sufi, but it's the one true caliphate. So how can I expand on that more? I would say, for me, again, we can go to, I would love to go to the churches. You know what I'm saying? There's so many, we have 38,000, denominations in America or the Western world, and it's like there's no centralizing force that allows resources to be better applied to more people if you have all these different groups that are not united.
Yeah.
Right?
And stop split the difference, because we highlight the difference of each group, we're never going to come together,
Everybody's unique, but, that uniqueness should not stop us from, understanding the bridges that our commonalities is either, you know what I mean? Again, that's why language is another point, probably for another video. But the second point is the regulation, the moderation, right?
Exactly.
Because there is religious extremism. There is, bigoted, beliefs. There's a lot of things out there where people, again, just don't want to feel the fire. They don't want to get the heat. They don't want to, and again, it's like, I think that this is the thing, right? It's like when you have a moderated, when you have some kind of force of moderation or some kind of regulation in place, you can do things like go down to the dispensary, right? Because it's like you're not abusing it. There's a certain thing that says, okay, we can have this much at this time. But if there's no force of regulation, you get extremists bombing and doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Exactly. And for that reason, the third point that we're going to develop is related with ecumenical.
Right.
Ecumenicalism.
And so, again, here in America, again, we have the freedom, as a descendant of Korean ancestors who still, have no ability to, see what's going on in the rest of the world because it's just completely propaganda. We're uniquely blessed here in the United States to be able to speak our mind, to be able to speak from the heart, be able to express, where we're coming from, what the situation is. We don't, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day about how America sometimes gets too caught up in what's going on overseas, right? And that's a good discussion to have, but the thing is, for me, I feel like what's more important, we're talking about the ecumenicalism. Okay, so we need, if America is still a Christian nation, right? Okay, then what organization is actually helping, again, distribute the needs to the least of these, like Jesus said, right? Again, again, the Catholic Church, right? I've learned so much about how the Catholic Church, the Archdiocese, is able to, again, distribute because they have that centralizing force of the Pope, right? And Now, again, I'm not going to get into all that right now, but we need a centralizing force for the Christian world. I'm not saying it has to be some kind of, I'm just saying we have the ability in the United States to organize the people, not rely on the government, but the people have the ability to organize and create some kind of system, and so that's why, again, we have this ability to do that here, and that's why we're doing it. And, you can join us now, or you can find out later. All right. Nice.